The most important chapter in our new book, GTO Poker Simplified, is chapter number 3. It's called Your Value Bets Drive Your Action. The simple lesson from this is the best way to think about how to play your range is to think about how much value you have in the range, what that value wants to do, and to proceed accordingly. We've already done a video on this, on the how to pick the right bet sizes on different types of flops. An alternate title we could have had for that chapter would have been Bluffing is Overrated. This is one of the big sort of myths that we dispel in the book. Bluffing is very, very sexy in poker. All the videos that go viral are ballsy bluffs or ballsy hero calls. But actually, bluffing should be a pretty small part of your game. Value bets are where it's at. It's very cool, it's very sexy to pull off a ballsy triple barrel bluff, but really what you want to do is you want to set up your bluffs in such a way so that you can play your value in as straightforward a manner as possible. And to give you an idea of what I'm talking about, let's just look at a very simple example. So this is a 50 big blind effective pot. Under the gun is raised, big blind is called, the flop is queen 9-6, 2 spades. Big blind checks, under the gun bet's quite big, call. 2 of diamonds, total blank, check, check. 8 of spades on the river, so there's a potential flush out there. Big blind checks. Under the gun is pondering whether to put in a big bet or not. The nuts on this board would be ace-jack of spades. If we click on it here, they can go for an overbet or a shove on this board, or a 83% of pot bet. They all essentially get the same EV. And what you make typically, if you play your hand in this way, would be 26.56, a little bit more big blinds on average. This is a 50 big blind pot, remember, so it's that's quite a substantial amount. So obviously, your money-making hand in this range is going to be ace-jack of spades, and you want to get as much money in with it as possible. The best bluff we'd have on this board would be ace-jack off with the ace of spades. We have a showdown hand, of course, but we can't beat a pair of twos, so it is a bluff. And having the ace of spades blocker makes it a particularly powerful bluff. We know our opponent can't have the nuts, so it's just more likely that they're going to fold when we shove or overbet. So now, knowing that ace-jack of spades for the nuts makes us 26.56 big blinds on average, what does ace-jack off with the ace of spades make us on average for a bluff? Let's have a look. On average, in this example here, ace-jack off will make us around 0.37 big blinds per average. Now, and you did hear that rightly. 26 big blinds for the value bet, 0.37 big blinds for the bluff. So I think that should dispel any kind of myths or illusions you have about bluffs. Bluffs are not there to make substantial money. They are there in service to your value bets. The comparison we make in the book is that think of the bluffs as the department of a business that you need there but doesn't make any money. So the bluffs are the human resources department of your poker business. You need bluffs because if you don't bluff, you won't get called ever. But don't think of bluffs as this amazing way to make money at the tables. That's only true if your opponent significantly overfold, which no doubt they do in plenty of the games that you're in. But as a baseline fundamental, your bluffs are just in service to your value bets. Think about how your value wants to play, and then just pick the right bluffs to make the same action as that at the right frequency, and that is the way you will get your value paid off more often.